Hello, everyone. When we think of cybersecurity, we usually think of firewalls, encryption, and hackers wearing hoodies. We think about prevention. But what happens after a breach? How do we find out who did it, what they took, and how they got in? Welcome to the world of computer forensics. You can think of it as the CSI of the digital world. While standard security is about building the walls, computer forensics is the forensic science used to investigate the crime scene left behind in the bits and bytes of a computer. Today, we're going to break down how it works, the tools used by the pros, and look at some real-world cases where digital footprints led to justice. Investigating a digital crime isn't as simple as just browsing through files. It requires a strict, scientific process to ensure the evidence stands up in a court of law. This process has four main pillars. First, identification. This is where investigators decide which devices might hold the truth. It could be a laptop, a smartphone, or even a smart fridge. Next, and most importantly, is preservation. In forensics, we never work on the original device. Why? Because even turning a computer on changes metadata. We create what's called a forensic image, a perfect, bit-for-bit clone of the drive. Third is analysis. This is the detective work. Experts use specialized software to recover deleted files, bypass passwords, and reconstruct a timeline of events. Finally, we have reporting. The findings are compiled into a technical report that explains the who, what, where, and when in a way that judges, juries, or company CEOs can understand. So, how do forensic experts find things that criminals think they've deleted? One of the most powerful techniques is file carving. You see, when you delete a file, the computer doesn't actually erase it. It just marks that space as available. Until new data overwrites it, that file is still there, like a ghost. Forensics tools can carve these files back into existence. Then there is memory forensics. By analyzing a computer's RAM while it's still running, we can see active processes, chat messages, or even encryption keys that would disappear the moment the power is cut. To do this, experts use a specialized toolkit. EnCase and FTK are the industry heavyweights for imaging drives. Wireshark is used to sniff network traffic to see where a hacker was sending data. And volatility is the go-to tool for that deep dive into the computer's memory. Let's look at how this works in real life. Perhaps the most famous case is the capture of the BTK serial killer. For 30 years, he evaded the police. But in 2005, he sent a floppy disk to a news station. Even though he thought he was safe, forensic analysts found a deleted Word document on the disk. The metadata, the hidden data about the file, contained the name Dennis and linked it to a local church. That tiny digital footprint ended a decades-long manhunt. In the corporate world, forensics is used to stop insider threats. Imagine an employee who decides to steal company secrets before quitting. They might copy thousands of files to a USB and then delete the history. A forensic investigator can look at the Windows registry to see exactly which USB serial number was plugged in and at what second. They can prove the theft occurred, providing the evidence needed for a multi-million-dollar lawsuit. And in ransomware attacks, forensics helps identify patient zero. By looking at system logs, we can trace the attack back to a single phishing email, helping the organization close the hole so it never happens again. Computer forensics is the bridge between technology and justice. It's not just about finding data. It's about telling a story that can be proven. As our lives move more and more into the digital realm, these digital detectives become the most important line of defense in holding cybercriminals accountable. I hope this gave you a clear picture of how digital investigations work. If you're interested in a career in this field, it's a fascinating mix of law, psychology, and high-end tech. Would you like me to create a follow-up video on how to start a career in digital forensics, or perhaps a deep dive into mobile phone forensics? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching.